1985. Now, boys, you must have seen the Dolly Parton movie that came out in 1980, yeah, both of you?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of it? What are your recollections of it?
Oh, it was a good film about the revenge of the female secretaries against their tyrant of a boss.
Mm-hmm. And Dave, your summation, similar?
Yeah, same. It was one of those films that we used to watch when we were growing up, and yeah, it was a good film.
Do you know something? Watching it today in a theatrical setting, it makes you wince. If anything, it's more relevant, or just as relevant. I shouldn't say more, but there's such a long way to go, and you sort of, as a bloke, you sit there thinking, good golly, there's a lot for us to be sorry about, shall we say. I'm talking about our sex rather than anything else. It's energetic, it's sassy, it's colourful. It's on at the State Theatre at the Arts Centre. And what is not lost in what is a bright and breezy production is the underlying point of it all. So Franklin Hart Jr., played by Eddie Perfect, gee, he's terrific, Dave, wonderful, is this misogynistic, pompous CEO of a firm called Consolidated Industries. And he rides roughshod over everyone. He treats women shamefully, belittles them, sexualises them. Among his employees is a 15-year veteran, the senior office supervisor, Violet Newstead, played by Marina Pryor. Hope you've got a flavour already. The cast is marvellous, magnificent. She is bringing up a teenage son on her own after her husband passed away nearly 3 years ago. She's also being pursued by a well-meaning younger junior accountant called Joe, played by Ethan Jones. Then you've got Doralee Rhodes. Erin Clare plays her. Happily married country girl. She's targeted by the would-be philandering Hart, the pompous CEO, for her looks. As a result, she's ostracised by the other female workers who believe the pair's having an affair. Judy Burnley, Casey Donovan, is newly separated after her husband, Dick Joshua Mulheron, left her for his 19-year-old secretary. Burnley's never worked before, and she cries a lot when things go wrong. And then there is Roz Keith, played by the indubitable Caroline O'Connor. Wonderful. Hart's memo-obsessed administrative assistant and spy who lusts after her boss. So you've got Violet, Judy and Doralee trying to get their own back on the boss. They conspire to do so, and that brings with it many, many laughs. So based on the movie, and as I say, its continued relevance is unquestionable. In fact, it's a stirring reminder of what men have been able to get away with for far too long. The vocal audience reaction, opening night, amazing, to these pithy one-liners speaks volumes. There was booing and hissing and cheering and all that sort of stuff. It was quite something. Music and lyrics by Dolly Parton, book by Patricia Resnick. It's a hoot, and it's positively rib-tickling at times. Some of the scenes are priceless. Characters are delightful. The strong cast really nail their performances, so the show is slick and seamless. Vocally, the leads excel. Marina Pryor, well, she commands attention as the walked-over supervisor who's had enough. Casey Donovan, adept at transitioning the naive recruit. Erin Clare, well, she shows that the blonde bombshell has smarts. And Eddie Perfect revels as the sleazy, self-obsessed CEO. As for Caroline O'Connor, an undoubted scene stealer, more than once. Don't we just love her for it? She's jaw-dropping brilliant. Top and tailing the musical is Dolly Parton. Yes, indeed, who played Doralee Rhodes in the film and sang the hit song, which is also a mainstay of this production. They actually have different wording to that same music on occasions. She appears on a circular video screen, which is actually a watch face, the centrepiece of this imposing golden glitter sign that reads 9 to 5 that you see the moment you walk into the theatre. Makes a really favourable impression. And without missing a beat, she introduces the main characters, gives us their backstories. Such a natural and effervescent talent. The staging is really superb. It uses this large video screen as a backdrop. Many of the modern musicals do. The stage is framed by dozens of simple faux televisions that regularly change solid colour, the lighter colours in the palette. Props which transport us to the various business and home settings are wheeled in and out in seconds, as this piece really does unfold at a decent clip. It's directed by Jeff Calhoun, choreography from Lisa Stevens, and it is a triumphant, light-hearted musical, heaps of fun, still manages, though, to convey a really important message, playing at the State Theatre Arts Centre, Melbourne, until the 18th of September, boys. So, one worth catching for you, Dave, if you get the chance.
Definitely, yeah. I want to check it out.
Exactamundo. So, let's go from